this is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead. Well, I'm dehydrating my herbs, but I want to replant the root balls and bring them in the house for the winter, keeping the roots alive and transplanting them back into the garden. So here are my herbs that Papa pulled up yesterday. We have sage and parsley and cilantro. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut some of these roots off and repot them and see if I can't bring them back. First things first, I want to show you that I am going to try and recover the roots and transplant them in these pots and put them in my bay window, because as you see, it gets lots of light, especially during the winter. And hopefully I'll be able to transplant them in the spring. Okay, first things first, let me get my tea out of the way. I'm going to start with the parsley. Now, this was pulled up yesterday, so I'm not going to take the whole root ball because that's a lot, but I'm going to cut off the parsley first, because I cut a lot of parsley and cilantro this year and it came back. So I'm thinking, see all this new growth in here? I'm thinking this will be pretty good to start over. I'm going to try and really gently break away some of the roots. You know what? I'm going to take this over to the sink and wash it. That may help. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Be sure when you rinse your roots, honey. Sorry. Be sure, guys, when you rinse your roots that you put something in the drain of your sink to catch all the debris. Now this has exposed the roots much, much better. And unfortunately, some of these are going to get broken. I already broke one in the sink because they're so bound. But I'm going to do my best to pull out some of these little ones, and maybe that will free up the bigger roots. See this one? This one is not broken. This one is. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to plant them all because there's just, oh shoot, so much of them. That one came out much better, and I like this one because it's got some leaves on it. You know what? This is going to have to be cut. Sorry, excuse me. I'm so sorry I had to cut your root ball, but you're going to be thanking me for this. This one is huge, and it looks like I didn't cut too much off. So I think this is going to be the one we keep. Now, I have these in a plastic tray that's going to go on my window. Let's make sure our soil is busted up. This is just your common everyday potting soil. And I'm just going to set this whole root ball. Yeah, this pot is about, this pot is big enough only for the one. Oh my goodness. Guess what? I have 2 pots here. So you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do 2 of them. Okay, so let's get our root ball in here. You want to spread it out as much as you can, but you want to tuck it in. You do not want your roots exposed. So let's take some more dirt out of there. You want dirt on the bottom, but you want your roots covered. And try not to snip any off if you can help it. Oh, and by the way, folks, my plum seeds and cherry seeds did not grow. So I'm going to have to do a little more research before I start trying to plant trees by seed. Okay, you want to well water it to make sure none of those roots are dry. Okay, I've taken the cilantro root ball and I've rinsed it, and unlike the parsley, this came apart beautifully. I have a lot of cilantro here. And so what I've done is we took down our summer lights, which I had put a hole in the bottom and just put these cups over it. But why not reuse these cups? They've got a hole in the bottom, and I've got lots of cilantro, so I'm going to use these to plant them in. So let's do that. A little bit in the bottom. Set my root in there. Now I have no idea whether or not these are actually going to grow. If they do, awesome. I'm going to have lots of cilantro and parsley to share with friends and family. If they don't grow, well, I tried, right? You always want to make sure that you water it well so that any root that is, that the root you've buried is not left with air pockets to dry, because that will kill it faster than anything. Some of these cilantro roots are just way too huge. So now they only have to survive long enough to grow in over the winter enough so that I can transplant them in the spring. And I see some little leaves here, so I'm going to give this one a chance. I'm going to put 3 in this big pot. I mean, they can't be any more root bound than they were when I pulled them up. So here we go. This will be mine. And I've got 4 little ones in the red cups. Like the green pots are the parsley, the red cups are cilantro. And I'll probably give those away to friends and family in the spring if they grow. If they grow. I am not counting my chickens before they hatch. We'll give them a good water, and I'm going to water right over the stems so that the cut ends don't get clogged with dirt. All right, on to the sage. Okay, so here is our sage. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take because these are very woody, and I want to leave some growth because I'm not sure these are going to come back. Ugh. So I'm going to cut these off, and I'm going to say thank you to the plant for its giving us so many things. Sage is sacred to the native people folk. Now, I don't know if this is white sage or whatever it is, but I am going to be making a smudge. White sage is important for a smudge, but not as important for me because this is sage I have grown. Because I've grown it myself, this sage is going to be more spiritually important to me for my smudge. All right, now this is one big root ball, and this is one plant, so I had to get Papa to find a bigger plant so we could plant it. So let's do that. Okay, this isn't a very pretty pot, but it's clean and it'll do the job, and I just have a pie plate underneath it. So first things first, I ran out of potting soil, so I got Papa to bring me in some from the garden. And this is a messy job, folks. It's kind of labor intensive, time intensive, and messy. Do yourself a favor, be prepared to clean up. Now again, I have left some of, wow, this is a lot of roots. I have left some of the green growth on here to encourage it to grow again. And I'm just going to drop my potting soil. This is not something that I think can be broken up. I have no idea if this is going to come back. I seem to remember when we lived in Colburn that I had planted sage and it actually came back. But we are a lot farther north here. Now I'm going to actually water this as I go to knock the dirt down around those roots. Okay, I'm going to water this and get these all in the windowsill, and then we'll be back. And there they are, folks. Sage, cilantro, and cilantro in the red cups, and parsley in the 2 pots, the 2 green pots. I don't know if these are going to come back, but they certainly won't come back if I don't give them a chance. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, besides, where there's life, there's hope, right? Take care, God bless.